Napolitano, and the verdict is in on a nation of sheep. Here's the question. Should Americans continue to sit back passively and allow the government to fleece away our freedom? Or is it time to become wolves and fight for our rights? Here are the facts. Freedom of speech is a God-given right absolutely protected by the United States Constitution in the First Amendment. But ever since the Patriot Act was signed into law, this freedom has been severely diminished. No longer can you be completely open with your significant other. No longer can you share all of your innermost secrets with your priest in the privacy of the confessional. No longer can you share confidential details with your personal attorney who may need that information in order to defend you adequately in a court of law. For the first time in 230 years, a law exists that prevents Americans from exercising these most basic rights. Violate this law, and under the Patriot Act, you could find yourself spending up to 5 years behind bars. What is it exactly that you're not allowed to share? If the FBI shows up on your doorstep tomorrow with a self-written search warrant to seize personal items from your home, legally you are not allowed to tell anyone about that warrant. Even though the Constitution says only judges can issue search warrants, the Patriot Act lets federal agents write their own. If you receive one, you cannot ask a federal judge, even though that judge was unconstitutionally surpassed in the warrant issuing process in the first place. You cannot tell your lawyer in the hopes that he or she might be able to challenge the seizure as unlawful. You cannot even tell your significant other, hey, what part of Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech does the government not understand? And why is it so important that we stand up to the power-hungry bureaucrats in D.C. and fight to get these liberties returned to us in full as soon as possible? Here's my opinion. The Constitution was written to keep the government in check, to prevent it from taking away too much of our freedoms. Our freedoms are natural gifts from God, like privacy and like the right to free speech. If we give up these freedoms in return for a little bit of temporary safety, we will end up with neither the liberty that God gave us nor the safety that the government promises. The Constitution says only judges can issue search warrants, and the Constitution says we have the right to speak freely as we wish. Congress cannot change that. If you want to hear more of my opinions on this topic, check out my new book, A Nation of Sheep, now available in bookstores nationwide.